in the mid lane. Let's go ahead and see. This is kind of aligning with what we mentioned, Gideon. You know, hey, maybe we see them have some fun on their last matchup here for the wildcards. Maybe it ends up working and putting a little bit of an obstacle in the way of ALPHA7. Let's jump into the Land of Dawn for this one. It's a best of one. We'll see what ends up happening here.
Yeah, I'm real interested to see how Dixon is going to clear this wave without the Cho later in the game, right? I want to see whether those numbers are actually enough to deal with it in maybe 2 cycles of the Bloom. Either ways, as we see this game continue to progress in the earlier stages, Master Assassin coming in from Bruno, and they got to be careful because Colwell cannot afford to make any mistakes here.
Okay, even the Roger, you know, being in the hands of best player 1 is interesting. You know, it's also aligning with what we mentioned, right? Sia is going to bring the CC. These are shades of metas we saw before, and again, it's going to develop over the course of the entire MSC, and we're seeing it first here in the wildcards. This can still work really well for them, depending on how they execute the early skirmishes, play it around the golden hour that we've seen from Shark before. Cold World doing his thing, being annoying on the Kimmy early on is also going to kind of stop VSG from having the kind of control in the mid lane for now.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That was the big problem. I thought initially, like, why go for this Matilda when you're already going to lose control over the mid lane? Is this going to cost them a little bit? And so far, we haven't seen any real capitalization, right? I think Cold World as well as Shark both understand we don't want Dixon and Burrow to leave this lane, but we want to make sure we tax them every single time they walk up to interact.
Oh, yeah. And this is just one of those cases, too, because of the nature of the lineups. You're probably not going to see anything, you know, in the mid lane. There's going to be no setups there. Oh, JM.
Oh, I mean, it was a good attempt. Now we look down on the bottom side. The iframes come on through, and Zia's so close to dying here. Finally goes down to Martizi. So much effort was expanded just for this one kill.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The little iframe, that little invulnerability moment there with the Harara. Quite annoying to deal even under the turrets with that little bit of a buff, but the trade will be the objective. So ALPHA7 securing this turtle, trading the death here, but look what VSG has been able to do. They've actually built up a decent lead in terms of gold off of that early interaction down bot.
And they have to keep on progressing like this, right? Unfortunately for Zia, leaning down in towards that bottom lane. Like, oh, hold on. Final slash. Oh, dodged by Martizi here, as we do see that Lord Jam is able to follow up on it. However, not enough as BP1 able to dodge a good chunk of the abilities, but can he get away is the real question. Manages to, but in that backline, while this was happening, Dixon flickers out of the way, pulls Boro out of the fight. Nats and Shark find nothing.
Oh man, Nafs, what a guy, right? To be there for best player. Let's see if he does juke and jive. JM is going to be able to try to use that final slash, gets away, has the moves. So he's fine, even with that gleam, actually staying on him, still going for it.
Yep. I mean, they're trying to duke it out as much as they can, and Nats understands that, hey, JM, you don't have enough damage unless I stand in your damage for at least 2.5 seconds. I just got to make sure that I got vengeance stacks to kind of work off of. Okay,
so pretty much that lead that VSG built up earlier on is gone off that interaction. The turtle, like I said, didn't turn into a team fight, just A7 was able to go ahead and secure it. So now I'm looking at VSG's lineup, and this is once again, where do you make this happen in the early game? Part of that is utilizing the utility that a Matilda brings. You've got a kick available, but hold on, JM, you got 2v1, he should just gleam out of the way, he's okay. And that's the thing, even if you can get a, let's say a combo, right? Your Way of the Dragon, it's not like you can do that with your mid laner, unless Dixon surprises us with the amount of damage Matilda can actually deal out. Maybe in line with what LaFell mentioned, but you essentially need either Carvey to be there or at least Martizi, right? You need that supplemented damage for these setups.
Yeah, they really do, but so far the score is 1-1, and Burrow looking for an angle here, but doesn't use the Way of the Dragon. Colwell does end up losing his Purify. Keep this in mind, the next turtle is already up, the second turtle of this game, and Colwell could be in some trouble.
They're gonna go for it. JM spotted through, Gleam on forward. This is a team fight.
Oh. Best player 1 in range for making sure the curtain call is already down here as Nats chimes into the fight. Final slash already through. Boro gets the kick, and then right into it. The golden hour comes out in the perfect time. BP1 secures the next kill here as Dixon might just be next on the chopping block.
Man, as we said, Shark with the golden hours, just trapping in and getting a full blitz to the face when he gets out. They will trade it, though. Carvey able to go ahead and push down nearly the turret. It's a sliver of the health away, but the second turtle does go in the hands of A7, and they're looking to take more from VSG. Couple items being picked up here too. Zia gets the War Axe. Martizi making his way down bot.
Oh, wait, that's in the middle of the fight. A 2v1 in a matter of fact. He's trying to look for a vengeance.
Navs.
He's so close. He gets the reset. And now he just needs the mark to come out one more time onto Carvey. No, he's healing back up. Nats wants it. He's walking close. Sees the next target onto Martizi, but unfortunately misses the skill one. Carvey slide tackles out of there, and that is going to be a punish.
That was very Raider of Navs. That was old Raider shades of Navs there. He wanted to go for it. I mean, again, he didn't really need to do that, but he ends up getting punished anyway. So that is a pickup there for VSG. Meanwhile, again, things are traded across the map. That tier 1 will fall. So ALPHA7 has room to work with. They've got room to breathe. They continue to build up on the lead that they have. And this is one of the things, too. Like, looking at their lineup, looking at what they're capable of doing, it's just there. It's working for them. Whether that's the crowd control that this kit has, the early damage. I mean, even now, we already saw previews of that when he uses the Final Slash, utilizing the Vengeances and everything else. There's good enough damage throughput for them. This Harara that we saw work so well for ZXaura, even getting, you know, the highlight of yesterday, is so far not exactly working for Martizi. Now, that's not to say it can't happen later on in the game. You just need to be able to get to that point. Bruno as well traditionally spikes up really quickly, and they could just be holding on to get to that point to fight against A7.
Well, now trying to cut them off from actually getting this push onto that mid wave. That mid tier 1 still holds strong here. No interceptions from the side of VSG. The next turtle, the final turtle of this game, about to spawn in 5 more seconds. Bottom wave already naturally pushing. Top side getting corrected by Nats.
Okay, turtled it up, last one in the game. Trying to get in position here. Nats jumping up to that top side. Conceal is going to be used. They're going to just go for the fight.
Yep, and now you see that Shark, he's trying to encapsulate as many as possible. Final Slash catches onto 2 as JM finds his own engagement. Doesn't get enough, though, as Zia takes 1 into Boro. And now Dixon trying to get out of the fight, despite the guiding winds being used. Carvey, unable to get anywhere close. He can't free hit.
Oh, Martizi, you might still want to try to re-engage here again. Flying Cloud's going to bring them back to this fight. They want to go ahead and secure this turtle. They do just that. ALPHA7 turtle secured. Martizi still alive for now, unless Nats okay. I thought he had the flicker. He has a Final Slash. I was thinking he might go for it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I'm starting to see what the major problem is. Nobody can really stop Shark. He can literally walk through everybody and set it up for Nats to flicker and Final Slash easily, and Carvey can't do anything about it but hold his Purify.
It's really interesting that we haven't seen too many teams pick up the Marcel, you know, pick that up, prioritize it the way that ALPHA7 has, and it's been working great. Traction pulls thrown out. Just trying to get this tier 2 turret down. No dice just yet, but VSG will hold things together. You're noticing, too, they really have to stick together. At least someone around Dixon, Boro, because of the mere fact, like I mentioned minutes ago, that's the only way you're going to capitalize on kills. You know, you need one of those members, Carvey or Martizi, to make it happen. Carvey, it's his time to start to step up towards this game, provide that damage on that Bruno, make things happen, because this is what's happening. Your space on the map, your turrets are just going down little by little. ALPHA7 will go ahead and open this one up for the win.
All right, the big ticket items are finally in. Hirara, Martizi in this case, got the War Axe. Wait, Heading Wind's already coming out. Dixon, he's out of there. They managed to protect the mid-tier 1 successfully. Bottom side, still, that T2 is still up. That wave is crashing fast. Hirara's gonna try. Martizi underneath this turret, uses the I-phrase, dashes twice, and dies straight away to best player 1. Boro getting his own attempt here, but he's not gonna use the Way of the Dragon. He uses it at the end, but it's too late. They're trying to delay this wave, and for what?
Yeah, I don't know, man. VSG just not synchronized here. They're getting caught everywhere, even under their turrets, so this Holy Defense is going to pop down to that bottom turret. Lord's coming up in 10. They might be able to go ahead, hold on while they can, but a tier 2 mid falls as well. So ALPHA7 has done all they've needed throughout this game. Another shield will pop in mid. Nexus take the buffs, take the Lord, and march towards a victory here, unless...
I don't know. I don't know. This is scary, and now they might force it out. Once again, Golden Hour is going to catch the the top inhibitor as Boro is isolated. Ray the Dragon's already out. Now comes in. Oh, JM onto 2, flickers away, tries to get away from this. The Final Slashes counter engages. Colwell takes 1. BP for another onto JM, and finally Dixon brings Carvey out of there. What can we do, brother? They're holding on strong, but that wave might just be the end game.
Oh, it could be. They're just going to hold on the best they can.
Now they're looking to close these things out. Carvey, just get the autos in. clear that wave, and it's too late. A7 take this game as well.
Very clean game from ALPHA7.